Hi, welcome to Watcher DM. I'm Gabriel, and yeah, it's like 1:30ish, so I'm gonna stream. And today I'm gonna be doing an art stream, uh, where I'll be doing some of the map cartography work for the Stygian Weald, my submission for the Gloam one-page adventure jam. I had done the initial kind of Stygian Weald idea stuff way back a couple years ago with Alicia in bed. We like drew up a little terrible place, and I wrote up some stuff for it, and but it wasn't really a full thing, and I was having a hard time with the writing, so I did call in some help. I asked Austin if he would help me round out the writing, and he did. He came through. So now it is on me to finish up the work and get the adventure finished and into shape for it's going to be a pamphlet kind of thing. So we're going to hang out and I'm going to do that. Before we dive into that, I would like to invite you to go down to the description and click all the links down there. There's a bunch of things that we're working on. One of them is just the Gloam one-page adventure jam, where you can see the other submissions. There are some other submissions. Gloam is a really neat game that you should check out. It's like His Majesty the Worm, but with less rules, a less big book. And of course, the other things we've got going on, Long Bear Valley Kickstarter is coming. So you would really appreciate it if you followed that. So just click the link and hit notify me, I think is what the button says. And then, gosh, what else do I have what else is in my link description? Someone once told me I should use a script. I laughed. I don't even know how to read. It's obviously not true. But it's not far off. It's not that far off from the truth. So, yeah, Blood Prairie is out. Go check out Blood Prairie. It's free. The player's guide is free. After I'm done with this work, I'm going to be working on the layout for the Game Master's Guide, which we just went through some writing changes on that. And me placing a bunch of art in the creature catalog, so all that stuff will be coming up really soon, like probably middle of July soon. And then, yeah, last call to action is go check out the Patreon, where you can get my daily posts about art and writing, and otherwise just get early access to all this stuff and early access to videos and whatever. All right, enough shilling, enough ham in the camp. Let me get art board up here. Okay, we're in art mode. Enter the art mode. All right, so this is my hex crawl map for the Stygian Weald, and I'm just gonna show you what I've got so far for Stygian Weald over here. So this is the actual Stygian Weald pamphlet, and there's some things I really like, and then there's some things that I kind of really don't. One of the things that I really don't is that the hex map doesn't really fill the space here, and I really want it to fill the space. And it makes sense. Like, a pamphlet is not, it's rectangles. Like, it's all rectangles all the way down. So I really need something to kind of fill up this space. And more importantly, Gloam, the rule set, does not actually give a shit about hexes, as far as I could tell. Let me verify that. But as far as I remember reading, I did not see anything that jumped out as like... In fact, let's just do the search. Hex. Not even in the document. There's no hexes in the document. So there's no rules for hexes. Are there rules for travel? There are no rules for travel. So I think it's going to be probably a little loosey-goosey in terms of traveling around. But I did want to create an outdoor, so it's an exterior setting, and then also we have a dungeon within that setting, and so the one side is the exterior and the other side of the document is the interior. And so let me pull that back up here. So my plan so far is to redraw this with a little more space between each of these elements, get them a little higher resolution. I think the current resolution is quite small. So if you zoom in, they get pixely really fast, and that doesn't feel good. And then I also want to, or I'm going to draw the dungeon map, and I've kind of got that set up here. Let's see if I can find these. I redid the borders already, so I'm really stoked about the new borders. I think they look pretty schmexy. So this is my template. This is my template for my thing. I'm gonna do a real quick. Oh, okay, we're verified. It's live. I've got 3 people here. Harry, Uncle Gabe, hi. Uncle Gabe is not listening to you, honey, but I'm glad that you're here. I cannot hear you, but hi. It's good to see you. I'm glad you guys are hanging out while I'm streaming. I appreciate it. Harriet is, of course, Austin's baby girl and one of our most excited players to be. She's going to be throwing dice with us very, very soon, I'm sure. And we're filling up the role-playing table the long, hard way. But yeah, thanks for joining me. Before we dive in, hit likes, subscribes, and stuff if you haven't yet. It always helps get people in the door. I tried to give lots of heads up this time. I'm learning. My brain can be learned. But let's dive into. Oh, right. I was gonna throw on some tunes. Let's put on some music, and it's got to be NES retro music, because that seems to be what YouTube doesn't care. YouTube does not care if I play NES retro music. All right. So I do have a block out here for the map. Let me get let's copy it and paste it over here. Oh, wrong. Download. Oh, it's already in here. Go to. Okay. That's weird. Downloads, map, bitmap. Oh, map, bitmap. Give me the sauce. Oh, that's also the wrong one. Hilarious. Oh my god. What am I doing? Can't undo in Windows. Jeez. I feel like I just don't even know how to do this anymore. Am I completely stupid? Alright. I'll download it here. Stygian Weald wound map. Okay, save. Fine. Where did I save that? Damn it. Okay, it is in downloads. Good. Downloads. F5. Okay, here we go. Okay. So this is the basic structure of the map here. And we need to render that into this space here so that it all fits. Although this space might change a little bit because I just did something that changed the text. The text length a little bit. But not super important right now. The important thing right now is to get started. So I do think, I feel like maybe drawing in something like this. really makes me want to play the Ninja Turtles game again. Okay, so I think then, because this goes to another room, right? Which kind of works better if it's like up here a bit. So if this is 2, yeah, see 2's over here. I wonder if maybe the answer here is to switch. You know what? Let's try switching the sides. Let's flip this to. Hey, Soloist Venture. I hope work is. I hope it's good, and brief. Finish up that work. I am also working, just not day job. I took the whole week off from day job, so I could do RPG stuff for CritCon and other RPG things. So I've been having a grand time. And in fact, super funny. I was like, oh, I'm going to stream at 1:30. It's going to be awesome. So I got all set up to do it. And right before, I started printing, because I got A4 paper today. So I started printing my A5 Vaults of Varn Deluxe. And I got like 3 signatures in. If you know printing stuff, you're like, oh, signatures, okay. Because I'm actually going to bind it. I'm going to like bind it with, I'm going to stitch sew it and make a little, because you can't buy the deluxe version anymore. So I'm making one. So I have it. I've been playing Vaults of Varn solo the last couple of days, and it's been awesome. I know you're a big fan of cyberpunk. I'm a really big fan of like Dying Earth kind of fantasy, and there's a great overlap between within the Vaults of Varn game that I just have been eating up. It's been dope. All right. Let's not get too distracted, Gabriel. Let's keep working. Oh, right. I was gonna try switching this. Arrange, flip, horizontal. So if I switch it, then this can become 1. This is 2, and this is 4. I like that better. I actually like that much better. So we're gonna. I need a brush. Okay, cool. Dang it, brush. Hello. Okay, there we go. Let's erase this little path here. And yeah, I know, I was watching one of your videos recently where you were talking about how for your gaming procedures, which I love, by the way, I love that video about making game loops. It was really, really good. And I was thinking, it made me think about my game loops. I was like, oh yeah, you had talked at one point about like one day in game being like a session, 1 session per day. And I was like, yeah, that's great. That's really good thinking. And then last night I was playing Vaults of Varn, and I got through like 4 days in 1 session in like 30 minutes. It was awesome. Fun shit happened. It was totally wild, but it was just such a funny, like, oh yeah, sometimes time's just gonna fly. And especially Vaults of Varn is very kind of like exploration, kind of random, but it's not like hex crawl based. So you're like, oh, we're moving from location to location with days in between. And so each day you're going to roll your interactions and stuff. And like all my nerds are out of food. One of them has already died and blown himself up. So, pretty good stuff. It was a lot of fun. All right. So that's one. So I think then we can put 3 over here. Which, if I remember correctly, 3 is like a hall. What is this? WWF WrestleMania. Yeah, Pariah is a classic one-day per session game. Yeah, we've got to play more Pariah, man. I really, really liked that game. That was so much fun. All right, Solstice it is. Ooh. Solstice coming in hot. What are we doing here? At some point, we should also make an adventure for Pariah. I feel like that would just be such a fun exercise. I really, really love. It's funny. Like, my 2 favorite genres to think about are, like, Stone Age fantasy and, like, so far future that it might as well be Stone Age fantasy. It's like... Okay, so I think... Right, so this is... Okay, so maybe I can do... This would be 5. I'm thinking about that. Do we know what the license is like? I've got an easy way to find out. I think. They probably put the license in the document, right? But honestly, it's extremely likely that it's like Creative Commons. And if it isn't, I think we could just reach out to them and be like, hey, we would really like to make a thing for your game. And they'd be like, great. Make a thing for our game. Like, I feel like one of the things that we get into the mindset of as indie creators is that, like, well, whatever the public license is, that's what's available. And we completely miss the fact that, like, the only reason public licenses exist is so that people can do things without permission. But you can always just go ask for permission. In fact, you can make the thing and then ask for permission. If you want, like, you can just make the thing because you love making it. Go to the creator and be like, look, I made this thing. It's about your game. I've used it at my table. I would like to publish it. Can I have permission? And try looking a nerd in the eyes and saying no to that, right? Pretty hard. Yeah, especially somebody who, like, loves the thing you've made. Forget about it. Pariah. God, what a beautiful game. Written by Sofino. This product is an independent creation of Atelier Hui. Redistribution without prior consent, written consent is prohibited. You can do personal use stuff. Anyone may publish free or commercial material based upon and or declaring compatibility with Pariah without express written consent from the publisher, Atelier Hui, as long as they adhere to the following terms. So yeah, their terms are that we're not related to them, not affiliated. They take no responsibility. And yeah, they can reuse the mechanics. Easy. Easy peasy. So. What is this? Wolverine? The Wolverine video game. Banging it out. Okay. So that's 2. This is going to be 5. You know what I'd really like to do at some point? I think that would just be the chillest shit ever. Because, like, we make a lot of, like, pamphlet or, like, just digital adventures and stuff. And it would be super, super cool to, like, I think Cree did this. Nick goes by Cree, C-R-I. Is, like, get some 8-bit music done and, like, embed it in the PDF. So you can be like, oh, yeah, I'm going to play the music. The frickin' 8-bit music for this role-playing game while I'm reading it so I can, like, digest it with the appropriate vibes. I think that would be sick as fuck. Oh my god, my nose, dude. I'm gonna pause sound real quick and blow my nose. Be right back. My little trunk. My trunk is itchy. Itchy trunk. Okay. So, this is 5, which means this gets an out as well. It's got a little exit. And then, I think 6 here in the middle is Putresca's Lair. So we're going to do a little dungeon tubing. Yeah, TTRPGs with soundtracks or like audio recordings. It's super funny. Every time I get on anything or like get into a room with anybody and talk for any amount of time, they're always like, are you in voice acting? And I'm like, no. But I've heard that my whole fucking life. Like, everybody always asks me, are you in voice acting? And I'm always like, man, what do you do with that? Like, I would love to record some shit. I would love to, like, use my voice. Use me. I don't know. But how do you start? Who do you talk to? Does anyone need voice acting from a dude who can throw down, like, some crazy, gnarly, I don't know. Call me. Alright, see you later, Austin. Thanks for coming out, man. Kiss that baby. Alright. You have a friend who did audiobooks? That's cool. Yeah, I would be super interested in learning even what, like, who did he talk to? Like, how did you get that gig, you know? I mean, I guess it doesn't even really matter. It's not like, I don't know. It's kind of one of those things. Like, I already have a day job. It's fine. It pays well enough that there is a 0% chance that I'm going to be like, oh, and then I became a voice actor. Like, it's not happening. Same thing with publishing RPGs. It's like, I'd love to do this full time. There's no shot. I'm sure there are podcasters who would be down. Throw the hat in the podcaster ring. Austin and I made a podcast like 2 years ago. Acting school, yeah, that's it. So it's funny. So actually, I know actors here, and I know animators here. Because I live in Vancouver. It's like, this is like the Hollywood of the North, right? So, like, there's totally... I'm surrounded by actors. I'm surrounded by fucking animators. I'm drowning in talent. Everyone around me is talent. I wish I could do this shit full time. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that, but also... I don't know, like, I really do enjoy my job, and I'm, like, really good at it. So I think it is nice to a certain extent to have, like, that kind of separation. It would be nice, obviously. I think it'd be foolish of me to say it wouldn't be nice. Also, I could very much see myself doing that and then being like, gosh, this is so much work. I'm in the fucking hub, dude. I'm, like, right in the middle of the shit. I really, like... I think at this point it's just a matter of time. Like at some point somebody's going to be like, "Oh, dude, you should be a voice actor," and I'd be like, "Yeah, geez, right?" And they'd be like, "No, seriously, like, come with me, come with me. There's a booth over here." Or whatever, however that works. Whatever strange occult practices lead to voice acting. What's this tune? Batman. Yeah, I mean, and not to say that it couldn't still be an outlet. I just I don't know, I've been a software engineer for 30 years? No, it can't be 30 years. Pretty close though. We're getting there. I'm getting to the halfway point. When I was a kid. But there's a lot that I don't love about technology, the software industry, all that stuff. There's also really a lot that I love. I got into this stuff because I just love creating crap and making interactive stuff and making, solving hard problems and making systems talk to each other still tickles the shit out of me. It gets me really high. When I get to nerd out with some guys and just be like, "Hey, we're solving this really hard problem." And then we solve it and it's people's lives are affected and their life is made, actually better by the actions by the actions we took and the ideas we had. That's pretty hard to achieve. In RPGs, I've probably published 60 fucking things. And I have definitely had a positive impact on somebody's day, but it wasn't life changing. Nobody was like, "Oh yeah, I got, my life was saved because of this," or, this is a game. So the stakes remain relatively low. And I do feel like having an impact, bigger than entertainment is, I don't know, it's definitely part of the desire. I don't know how much, that actually works out, but making stuff on the weekends, that's never going to stop. And taking weeks of work off. This is another thing, though. Working in technology, just being "Oh yeah, we've got an unlimited vacation policy. And because we're kicking ass and doing a great job, I can just take a week off work." That's good. You enjoy your career. I think it's important too. Yeah, I mean, it's been a long road, right? I haven't always loved my career. And I will say, if I was a software engineer right now, I think I'd probably be pretty frustrated because, coding, just doing the coding part and working at I guess the problem is, in my experience with software engineering, is that it is pretty often that you have terrible management. And so now being a manager, so I'm an engineering manager, I get to be part of I get to be the solution to the thing that I hated about my job. And that's pretty fucking awesome. That's really, that'll make you feel pretty good. So that's where I'm at. All right. Okay, I think I like this shape. I think this is okay for me for shape. So I'm gonna squish, and we're gonna get rid of this real quick. And Dad was a software engineer, and he hated a couple of his managers. Yeah, and I mean, I think that's kind of universally true for most things. You don't. Most people don't quit their job; they quit their boss, right? If you've got some guy who's being a dick, nobody's gonna deal with that. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna just block in what I think the room numbers are going to be here. And then we're going to take a look at it in document. Yeah, you like the shape? Okay, cool. Oh, bubble bobble. Okay, nice chatting with you, Soloist. Have a good one. I'll see you in the lists. Oops. Save it. The software I am using here is Affinity Photo. So this little purple aperture icon is the Affinity Photo. Now, this is Affinity Photo 2, which is no longer available. But the Affinity application, which is now free, does still have the photo persona in it, although I think it is slightly modified. Basically, Canva bought the company who made Affinity, and so they stopped deploying this software and now have their own. And also, hey, thanks for showing up, Turtle Wargaming. It's good to see you. Boom, 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 boom. All right, let's pop it in here, see how it fits. It's called the Festering Wound. Oh, interesting. Yeah, I guess that's kind of cool. I guess that actually does work. So I can even Command G that. So means I can bring this up here. Nice to see you. I ghosted your last art stream. You're great at making art. Thank you. That's so kind. I am learning. I think that's pretty much, ask any artist and they'll probably say that for the most part. Yeah, I think like that's the ticket, right? Is like, I think I was also for a long time, I was like, okay, so let me level with this. Like, I've always been okay. I've always been pretty good at art. Like ever since I was a kid, I could draw. And everybody was like, oh, you're so good. You're so talented. You're so talented at drawing. And I was like, oh, this is awesome. Like, I'll just be good at drawing. Like, that'll be my whole thing. I could just be good at drawing. But like, because I was told I was talented, I never put in the work. So I didn't get better. I just kind of stayed the same at drawing for a really long time. And so every time I would try and draw something, I'd be like, well, this is going to be awesome. It's going to be perfect the first time. And as soon as it wasn't even close, I would get frustrated and I would throw it out. I'd be like, well, I'm not finishing this because this is garbage. But like all good things, like amazing hair. My hair is getting amazing. Right now it's in middle hair. Middle hair is ugly hair. Middle art is ugly art. And it's okay. Like, just stay on the road. Keep doing the thing. And I think like that's the thing I have really come to learn over the last couple of years is like repetition, do the little bits of work. Not everything needs to be an A. There is no wasted effort. Like the muscle memory is kind of something you just have to develop. So there's a bunch of little lessons in art that I think kind of apply to pretty much everything. But yeah, it's there's always the voice being like, this looks dumb. What are you doing? Why are you fucking this up? Don't you know how to draw, bro? And that inner critic, is a rough customer. But the guy doesn't know what he's talking about. He's wrong. He's trying to get you to stop, and that's not what you'd be doing. You should just keep continuing, keep trying, work to make it better. Also, I think like there's some value in seeing your own stuff and seeing what's wrong with it, what you don't like about it, and learning how to articulate what you don't like about it. Like, that's something I definitely have spent a lot of my life being like, this is bad. Like, and just not looking, not looking deeper. And really recently, I've spent a lot more time, like, just being like, okay, this is bad. Why? And like ask and inquire and look and think and try and use the language of art. Maybe it's capitalism brain, but I'm like, this is an unproductive use of your time. Look how shit it is. Yeah, it's hard, man. You can't let the capitalism into your mind. That's another one, yeah, right? Like, our relationship with money as a species is pretty fucking weird. I don't want anybody to freak out right now about what I'm about to tell you, but we made it up. Money is a fiction that we all bought into for only moderately good reasons. Like, it doesn't have to be everything, Although, don't sell that shit on Wall Street. That will not fly. I like how the Putresca stat block is looking here. I think that works. Gosh, I wonder, do I have... I do. I wonder if I can... I want my mush folk. I don't want my mush folk to have this extra line. Yeah, and also soap water. I wonder if I can make their speed 1. I can. I fixed it. First try. It's a good thing Austin left. Although I think actually that stat block is mine. I think I came up with that. I made that stat block. As it was. So he was probably just like, yeah, this is fine. No notes. But Turtle Wargaming, what are you... it sounds like you have a focus on creating stuff too. What's your thing you're making? What are you working on? I'd love to hear about it. Okay, so I had some... Do I still have it? I do not still have it. Did I actually nuke? Wow. That might be a little crazy. That was actually probably a really dumb decision on my part. Okay, that's fine. I need some decorative embellishments around this thing. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, that's fine. So, we're going to do some of those here. Nope. Man. Yeah, basic. Get out of here. I'm trying to figure out solo TTRPG playing. I have a 2-year-old and just not able to find a group to play. I'd love to crank out mini episodes on YouTube. I'd love to learn to speed paint a decent looking scene in 1 hour or 2 and do storytelling through it. Yeah, that sounds awesome, dude. I think all that's really achievable. To the solo role playing stuff, I'll say you're in a golden age. It's amazing right now what you can do Yeah, I mean, like, I think it's good to be ambitious, right? Like, it's good. Like, reach as far as you can. Reach for the stars, hit the moon. It's fine. Like, as long as you're not sacrificing things, like important things, to try and reach, it's okay for your reach to surpass your grasp. Like, yeah, short story videos. That sounds really cool. That sounds really, really awesome. Man, I'll tell you, I don't know if you watch my videos. I hope you do. I guess I have to assume that you do. But I had to come to like the level of video I could commit to, right? Because I'm doing 2 a week, or I'm shipping 2 a week. I'm not recording 2 a week. And that's kind of what I was like, okay, I can record and like do a cursory edit, but I'm not going to do a script. I'm not going to do like a crazy multi-editing stuff. And I'm not really going to do a ton of research outside of the bit that I can do, right? Which is like having run and played the thing. I'm not going to like deep dive, I'm not going to chubby funster the thing, which, to be fair, I think his videos are amazing. Like, I love those videos. I think they're valuable content. They are the kind of thing I wish was on YouTube, and I'm so stoked when he makes them. I also wished, when I started, that the content that I'm making was on YouTube, which was just, here I have actually played this thing, and now I'm going to show it to you and talk about my experience playing it or running it. Right, because that also kind of didn't exist when I started. Like, there was a bunch of people who would review stuff, but usually they would review stuff that they were sent and read it, maybe not even read it, and then review it. And there's still lots of that out there. But my commitment to actually running and playing the stuff that I make videos about is, I think, a critical component. So, like, that's already a lot of work to put in, but it's also work that I love doing. Like, I get to play a bunch of games and I get to try out a bunch of new stuff. So it's really, really exciting. And then the other videos that I make are just a manifestation of like, I own like a stupid amount of books that allow you to generate content, DM books, things that support prep. And I was like, these are sitting on my shelf, literally gathering dust. I haven't even read them. I haven't even cracked them open. Like, I will have cracked some of them open, but like, I have not put in the real deep dive. And I was like, making videos where I go through and explore them chapter by chapter and kind of, invest in the process of each of those things. That's something I want to see. And I haven't seen a lot of other channels that do that. So I was like, well, I can do that. That's something I can commit to doing. It doesn't take very long. It's like, again, unscripted. It's about 20-30 minutes of recording and maybe like 10 minutes of editing, and then I ship it. So like, scoping what you want to do and like figuring out how you can commit to the size of the box without letting it get bigger is, in my opinion, one of the challenges that, like, if you can figure that out, there's kind of nothing you can't do, right? Like, it's like publishing. Like, I've published 60 things ish, plus. And the only reason for that is because I have become really good at being like, this is how big it's going to be, and it's going to be fine when it's done. Like, we're not, like, this is the time at which we say it is over, and changes are irrelevant, and we'll ship it, we'll fix it after it's shipped, if it needs to be fixed, if it's so broken that it needs to be fixed. But you become better and better at, like, hitting those markers, and better at saying, no, we can't blow up the scope, and better at being like, we've got 3 weeks. This is how much we can do in 3 weeks. So, and that's just like any other muscle. Exercise finishing, right? Learn how to finish. And you'll become better and better at finishing. To your solo RPG thing, have you tried Quest Crawl? I know I'm not trying to shill because it's like free. You can just go pick it up, pay what you want. It is not like it's not really a traditional RPG. It's very like short form, but it does have a really awesome like world generation procedure using a deck of cards that can be a really nice game loop kind of cycle for like doing solo RPG stuff, because you're basically, each card is kind of a new place you're going, and so you can kind of travel around this map that you can easily generate, and then you've got like there's like requirements for like rations and supplies and stuff. You can mix it pretty easily with some other game systems, but if you're trying to like kind of kick off solo RPG, I might recommend trying it just because it's a super light, like it's definitely soloable. And then for your cranking out mini episodes, like speed painting, I still don't know how to speed paint. I still don't know how to speed paint. But I will say I love, just joined, Stygian stuff is cool. Stygian stuff is super cool, portable Hobbit. What's going on is I am working on maps for my entry to the Gloam one-page adventure jam called Stygian Weald. And it is a dark forest with a dungeon inside of it. So we've got a little forest hex crawl back here, and we got some monster stat blocks. It's all for the Gloam game system. So yeah. I haven't heard of it. You haven't heard of Quest Crawl? Okay, cool. Well, shoot, it's my game here. Let's like I said, it's free, so you can just go pick it up. I'll put the link in chat. Give me just a sec. The art for this, super stoked about the art for this. My friend Kate Turner did the art for it, for this version of it. And yeah, it plays up to like 8 people. Like, you can just grab a deck of cards, slap down, and start playing, and basically finish like a whole campaign in like 2.5, 3 hours pretty easily. So check it out. We are planning on doing like an expanded version of it sometime ish soon. Speaking of which, I guess this is shill time. What are we at? 48 minutes. I'm 48 minutes in. And the things you should check out are in the description. Go follow the Long Bear Valley Kickstarter. It's coming up. Go pick up Blood Prairie. It's free right now. The player's guide is free. And the Game Master's Guide is coming soon. So those are my shilling pitches. And then also go check out the Gloam one-page adventure jam, where some of the other entries are already up. You can go check out Gloam and support the Lone Legend, I think is the name of the creator. Really, really cool guy. I like his Discord is full of nice people. All right, let's do the thing. Let's do it. I do feel like maybe this needs to come up a little bit here, and I'm going to have to clip this off, which is probably fine. Yeah, that's fine. This is good. Okay. So we're saving that. Now I need to do some doodles in here, and I need to do some oh right. Okay, I know what I was doing. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, I'm actually gonna do some white art on top of this real quick. So I'm gonna hide the numbers. And we're gonna say, I think one has like little dancing mushroom people in it. So we're gonna try and capture the joyous silhouette of dancing mushroom people. I wonder if I can get away with just duplicate that. And then I think 2 is was it dead people? Yeah, rotting corpses. So just gonna do some rotting corpses in here, which I think are gonna be excuse me. Nah. I think maybe he's interesting enough as it is. This little guy's an interesting little drawing guy. Also, am I crazy, or is this not white? Oh my god, it's not white. It's brown. It's alright, it's fine. This is fine. And maybe that's the right color, actually. I kind of love that color. Maybe I just make my whole everything that color. Alright. Let's do, I think, the next RAM is this is Eyeball Hall. Fungal eyes peer from the walls. Those they see test cups or are paralyzed by despair. At the hall's far end, a slumped figure can be seen. Okay. Here, let's put some... let's do some eyes. Coming out of the walls. And then Fester's Quest soundtrack. Yeah, it's a weird little... That's a weird little room. Gremlins 2 soundtrack. Oh, Boy and His Blob. Yeah, this is a good game. Soundtrack's not that much of a banger, but it's a good game. Alright, let's see what the next room is. I think 3 here is the Miasma Hall. So, I think this one should be relatively easy to do. And that I'm just going to... do some little vapory looking things. Stuck to the floor, right? Oops. I do draw using a tablet, so you can see right here, you were looking at the back side of my Cintiq. So I have a Cintiq Pro 16, I think. Don't quote me on that. I've had it for a few years. But yeah, works great. Bamboo. I'm into it. I think there's another company out there called Huawei. I could be wrong if that might be wrong. But they also make tablets that are comparable and honestly quite a bit cheaper. So I think, I don't know if I've said this already this stream, but like there is not a better time, I think, to be somebody who's getting into doing creation and art and this kind of stuff, because the tools are so available. I guess it's also probably worth saying that, like, I'm using a drawing tablet right now to do this. But I actually do most of my art on physical media. So I do, like, I do daily drawing in these really chintzy little... my black sketchbooks that are, like, just... cheap brown paper. I recommend these for daily drawing practices and stuff, because you're not going to worry about messing them up. And they're really, really cheap. And you can get them in huge boxes for like almost no money. And you can decorate them however you want. Like this one, I was testing out my... I got some Posca kind of markers that I was testing out. And so far, I have filled this many of them since May 17th of 2025. So that's good for daily practice. And then I also, I picked these up from Peter Popper Press. They are the A5 sketchbook with perforated pages, so they can be torn out really easily. And so the paper isn't amazing for like watercolor and stuff, but it's good. Like, it's definitely services. And geez, yeah, so a lot of the stuff that we've published, a lot of the stuff that I've made has found its its beginning in one of these sketchbooks. Actually, this is kind of cool. I did a painting for my sister's birthday a couple years ago. I did like a watercolor, and I was not super confident in watercolor yet. But I had a photo that I wanted to reproduce, and so I did studies in my sketchbook of the photo, which that was the first time I had ever done that. I did not know that that was a part of your process, that you could just be like, oh, I'm just going to study the thing I want to do and put a lot of effort into it to become eventually better at it. So now that's part of my process. Ugh, I love these little guys. I got so many weird little nerds in here. I love drawing little like character faces and stuff. I don't know. Doesn't matter. XP Pen is really good too. I don't know what XP Pen is. Let's check it out. What is XP Pen? Oh my god. XP Pen. Oh, they got their own drawing tablet. Okay. Okay, well, I didn't even know this is a thing. 13.3 Pro Digital Pen Display. $299? $229? Hot damn. That is good. Thanks for hanging out, Turtle Wargaming. Have a wonderful day, and yeah, I'll see you soon. Good luck making stuff, man. Alright, we're almost done with the miasma. Excuse me. Oh. I think that looks like miasma. Good enough for government work. Okay. I think 5 is this one down here. So let's look at what 5 is. The Worm Cave. A tall figure, too lanky to be human. Oh, claws at the walls here. Closer inspection reveals it to be an abomination made of worms. It attacks. Which abomination, I think, is one of the creature blocks. Yep, abomination's down here. The Rot Hag Putresca. Let's see here. Do we have Poxspores, Weald Druid, Tree Folk, Legion of Restless Sprites. Right. Clavelina, Willowfig, Mush Folk. These are Mush Folk. Call out. Oh, let's see how we're looking in place here, I guess. So we got in situ, and then I can just festering wound, update. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I kind of dig that. That looks alright. What's up with the... Oh. Okay. I didn't know I had 2 of them in there. That's funny. Okay. Next layer. Let's look at 5. This is the worm. The abomination. So let's do our abomination here. So I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start by just doing my shape. We'll start with a silhouette. Gotta head out. Good luck with the one-pager. Thank you so much, Portable Hobbit. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks for coming in. Okay. So... guess. I wonder if the move here is to just be like... Yeah, that looks pretty awesome, actually. I think we're keeping it. Oops. Even his dick was made of worms. It's an abomination. Alright. Yeah, the A-bomb. I might freaking love this guy. I think this might be the best thing I've ever made. I'm just kidding, obviously. He is not the best thing I've ever made, but it's pretty close. It's a good vibe. Although it is absolutely making me now feel like the rest of these maybe need a little step up, so we'll probably come back through here and clean these up a little bit, especially these little guys. But you start where you start, and sometimes you find your stuff while you're mid-flight, and that's okay. All right, let's see if there's any more coffee left. There's a little bit more coffee left. We are an hour and 16 minutes into this stream. That means I've got another 45 minutes to go, which will put me at 3:30 p.m., at which point I need to stop immediately, fly out of my chair, throw a bunch of shit in my bag, and run over to Austin's house so we can play Troika and finish our playthrough of Eye of the Aeons, in which I think we're just about to finish that adventure. We're like right at the very end. We're going to fight the boss, take the eye, save the queen, GTFO, get the place. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be so good. Not the dwarf is my dwarf. His name is not like NOT, which I love. I'm not going to put in my sweetener until after I've poured the coffee, just in case there's not enough. Yeah, there's only like a third of a cup. Mind you, it's a huge freaking cup. And you know what? If all things are being equal, I'm going to go ahead and get started on printing my 4th signature of Vaults of Varn real quick. Since I have basically submitted that I'm now going to play this game every night. But maybe not, but I'm feeling pretty bullish on Varn right now. I feel like I had a really, really good session last night. And I'm excited to see what happens to these nerds. And it's solo, so it's like nobody can stop me but me. All right, here we go. Print. Okay. Let's did we save? We saved. Right. Here we go. Update. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Sorry about the printer noises. Nothing can be done about it. Printers are loud. I wonder if... Actually, I wonder if maybe, like... being a little more bombastic with the... a little more art-filly, you know? Just really let these guys kind of take over their little rooms. Miasma's probably fine. Alright. This room here is 6. So I think 6 is Putresca's lair. The rot hag Putresca has gone mad. She rapidly cycles through hideous, vicious diseases. Magically healing Putresca restores her original form, the Countess Weald Guard, which is misspelled. She won't last long without her heart. And we got the Crucible of the Dark Heart. So, okay, so we need to put a rot hag in here. Oop. All right, rot hag. What is visual shorthand for a rot hag gonna be? I think. Let's try something a little more hunched. Yeah, this right here. This is what I like. I like this. Okay, so actually I think her face is gonna be like this, just fine. And her body And actually, you know what? We're gonna give her some shrivel tits. I think is probably going to be the order of the day. Oop. Let's bring this down. Shrivel your tits. Does anybody know anybody out there who makes like license free dungeon synth? Because I would love to like just jam out to dungeon synth, or like even lo-fi, honestly, would be amazing. I can get so much shit done listening to that stuff, but it is so hard to stream. Like you can't, oh my god, can't stream and listen to a lot of music, despite music listening being definitely the thing that is the most effective at getting me to get work done. If you know, sound off in the comments. Let me know. Okay. I'm kind of vibing this this Putresca here. I think this is. Dope. Signature 4. Printed. Go like that. All right. Last one. And okay, it's probably fine. Yeah, it's fine. Let's go fix up some more of these little guys here. Let's get them even cleaner. Like this guy here. It's gonna be okay. Is that it? Alright. Let's bring this back in a little bit here. Maybe it's fine. Maybe this needs to go this way. I think that's probably it. Actually, this guy isn't. I think he's wearing livery, right? So he needs like a little. I pinged. Okay. Nothing important. Easy peasy. I feel like... Okay. And Mushroom Folk. Let's oops. Let's do this. Hello again, Technobabble. Thanks for coming back, man. How is your Friday afternoon going? Assuming it is, assuming that it is both Friday and afternoon where you are, but I think those are fair assumptions. I'm not going to apologize for making some reasonable assumptions. I think you were here yesterday when I was working on my character for Call of Cthulhu. I think that's what I was doing yesterday. So I did get to play some Call of Cthulhu yesterday. It was dope. What you been working on? So, this is the map for the dungeon called the Festering Wound for our one-page adventure entry for the Gloam one-page game jam. One-page adventure jam. The link for the adventure jam is in the description. So if you want to go check out the Gloam one-page adventure jam, there are already 5 entries. They're all really good. I absolutely recommend people go check it out. If you are not familiar with Gloam as a system, I would also recommend checking it out. The Lone Legend, I think, is the creator. And is a really kind guy. And is running a little Kickstarter for his... Yeah, the Lone Legend. I was running a little Kickstarter for his... not a Kickstarter. What am I talking about? It's not a Kickstarter. I think if you go to the free RPG bundle on, like, free RPG Day bundle on RPG Trader, might be able to get Gloam for free. But first game jam in July, dude. Appendix N. I will see you in the lists, my brother. Love the Appendix N jam. I did last year. I think it was last year. The Appendix N jam from last year. Let's see if I can find it. Appendix N Jam 2025. Yes, yes, yes. Man, it is a wild game jam. If it's your first one, that's awesome. It is really challenging because they give you the book title. Like, they give you the title of your adventure. And so you have to, like, build the thing to the title of the adventure, which is pretty challenging, it turns out. But I made... Let's see if I can get the good... well-loved edition. We'll open the well-loved edition. This is one of the things about this game jam is that, like, everybody did this kind of faux distressing, which I personally am not a huge fan of, but I was like, when in Rome, baby. do what they'd be doing. So I ended up putting some faux distressing on my entry, of course. So my entry was the Thunder Speakers of Buzhou, which I made for the Knave 2nd edition game. Good at improv. That's good. It's important. But yeah, I don't know if the rules are going to be the same this year, but last year it was like both sides of an A4 basically, or both sides of a letter-sized page was the thing. And so my hack for wanting to have a cover and also needing to put a map together was to make my cover the map. I've done this a few times actually, and every time I do it, people are like, wow, that's so clever. I'm like, okay, I guess it's kind of clever. And then otherwise, because it was Buzhou, which is a mountain range in China, I did the tiniest bit of research, and I determined that the Thunder Speakers are like these animal spirits that kind of speak to the gods on behalf of the of whatever the current, emperor or king of the earth is. So the celestial bureaucracy, they'll they can reach the ear of the celestial emperor, and each one is represented by one of the different animals from the Chinese zodiac. So that was the tie-in for all that stuff, and there's a speaker shrine at the top. That's some pretty fun ideas in this one. I really, really enjoyed making this. And this is one of the few ones where I did all the writing, with a little bit of help from Alicia, but I largely did a lot of the writing on this one. And I'm pretty proud of it. I think it came out pretty good. I'm pleased with it. Stat blocks and random encounters for the stat blocks for Knave 2nd edition are so fucking good. They make they make small form content really, really possible. Did I get distracted? 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to print one more. I actually did get distracted. Yeah, it was fun. Honestly, if I remember correctly, I don't even think it landed. Like, there were so many good entries. That, like, I maybe hit, like, top 20? Maybe? Maybe not, actually. I might have been quite a bit lower than that. There were just so many good entries. You're gonna do Shadow Dark? Yeah. Shadow Dark's such a popular system. It's such a good system. I don't get to play as much of it as I would really like to. I have a lot of things that I have to... In fact, I'm starting a West Marches for Shadow Dark in July on my Discord server because I'm like, I need to do more Shadow Dark. I need to... Sorry, I was trying to print something. I'm printing my Vaults of Varn signatures because I'm compiling my own. I'm making my own physical copy of the deluxe book that's not available anymore. And I think this is signature 5 here. Yeah, I think we're good. Is that right? It's got to be right. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Hello? Okay. Alright. So, let's see. I got the heart done. This is modified, so I'm going to update it. And we're going to see how little mushroom guy looks in here. Not interesting enough. Not yet. Okay. I will say, once you get started on game jams, you should expect to be in it for a while. They are pretty fucking addicting, for sure. Totally worth doing them. Also, if you're gonna join the game jam, I'm on a Discord called the Jammers that I think we put together after last year's. It might have been actually after Appendix N Jam. Now that I think about it, never mind. No, it was from the Knave 2nd Edition game jam. I think that's where it came from. Anyway. I'm on a Discord. If you want to come join the Discord, there's like a bajillion jammers on there. And we're always like working on shit and helping each other out with stuff and like checking each other's crap for fucking typos. Like the shit that's kind of impossible to do on your own, right? Plus, this whole thing is about community. Like, gaming is pretty much just about community, so it does not hurt to connect with the community of creators who are also making stuff. Is this yeah, Ghostbusters. Amazing. Alright. We're going to slap these guys down here. And then we're going to arrange Flip horizontal. 4 little mushroom guys. 4 little mushy guys. We're going to update. Okay. And then I think kind of the last bit that I want to do here. Oh my gosh, it's almost 3:30. Okay, so I got 6 minutes left. I think my last 6 minutes here is going to be, I wanted to... I've got clouds around here somewhere. Here we go. Clouds. The miasma clouds, I think, are going to get a little zhuzh. Going to clean up some of this line work here, just a squish. Not too much, though, right? Like, it kind of benefits from looking a little organic. I think. Like these kind of rough edges on the black kind of make it look to me like, I don't know, a little more authentic, like it's made from actual human sweat. I'm in it too. Oh, okay. Dude, yeah. If you're in the Jammers Discord, then you already know. Say hi to me in the Jammers Discord right now so I know who you are. Because I probably know you already. Joined recently. Oh, okay, recently joined. Let me go look at the welcome and alerts. Announcements. Do we even have a... Do we even have a channel that's like, oh, hi, welcome? Probably not, huh? I didn't mean to join that. Leave. Dumb. We should have a welcome channel. I will poke the moderator to be like, why don't we have a fucking welcome channel? Like, we have a welcome and rules channel, but it doesn't actually say, like, oh, hey, so-and-so joined, which is dumb. But yeah, dude, welcome to the nightmare. Welcome to the shit show. I think this is probably you. It won't show me anything, though, because I have streamer mode enabled. Maybe not. Oh, there you are. Hi, bro. There, we're friends now. Cool. You're in Runeforged Gaming's channel too. Man, Will is the fucking nicest guy. Can we like gas up Will for a second? He's doing his, that's what we should be shouting out right now. Will is doing a Kickstarter for his new tragedy. Yeah, I see you, brother. I see you. Tragedy at Ravenmere Manor. We're gonna do a quick blast on this. I don't want that. I want the regular. Oh, no. RPG. Okay. I'm going to post this link in the chat here. Everybody go follow that. I don't care if you're not going to buy it. I don't care. Go follow it. If you see this later, go follow it. Or if it's going, back it. I got to do some proofreading for it. It was like so tight. It was really perfect. I had like, I mean, I found like a couple of things, but they were like super, super minor. Will has done an incredible job grinding and getting that just to a really high polish. So if you're enthusiastic about high quality Shadow Dark adventures, you should go check out Runeforged Gaming and that. Also, since I'm about to leave, I would like you to go check out Blood Prairie, which you can go get for free. Link is down into the description. Get Blood Prairie's Player's Guide. Go download it. Check it out if you're interested in game design and Canadiana and Weird West stuff. It's our post-theistic Weird West adventure game. Long Bear Valley Kickstarter is coming. It's actually one of our earliest 5e hex crawls, refashioned entirely for Shadow Dark with art by Evelyn Moreau. It's going to be coming, I think, early 2027 or late 2026. We're bringing it to Kickstarter, but I really want to get the follower count up so I can, we can really get a good, successful Kickstarter. It is a colorful Shadow Dark adventure, which I know is not the, what do you call that? The zeitgeist of Shadow Dark, but I'm doing what I want. So I love it. I think I'm really in love with it. And then, of course, if you like the content that I make, or you want to get early access to these videos that I make, or any other reason, if you want to support me, you should go to patreon.com/WatcherDM, where you can join for literally a couple of bucks and help me continue to make amazing stuff with my amazing friends. And I'm going to switch back to talking head mode. And yeah, I think this is going to be it for the day. It is 3:30. Thanks, Felix. I want to thank you all so much for joining me today on this exploration of the Stygian Weald. I've got like 4 days left to ship this thing, so it's going to be probably a lot of grinding, and I'm probably going to be doing it here on stream. So if you're around, I hope you'll come back. We need to get out of that black and white box. Yeah, let's talk, because I agree. I've done a lot of color Shadow Dark, like most of my... Well, I guess at least the Tower of the Spectral Sorceress is colorful. I like color. I'm a color nerd. But let's talk. Let's hang out. Let's make some color stuff for Shadow Dark, because everybody deserves color. I'm going to go, though, and I will probably see all of you tomorrow if you want to hang out some more. I know I'm going to be streaming tomorrow evening, I think. I've got painting with Magnum Galaxy Games tomorrow, so I'm going to be hanging out painting minis with my bro. And also with Josh Heineman, or Hensman, who is the writer for Weald, the Weald RPG that I helped with earlier this year. So we're going to be hanging out and just painting minis in meat space like real nerds. And then tomorrow evening, I'll probably be back on doing some more of this. And then Sunday, I'm going to Torrin Con, where I'll be hanging out with Torrin Atkinson for his birthday and throwing dice with a bunch of cool nerds there. So I will not be online Sunday. And then Monday I go back to work. So we'll see how it all goes. But I'll be burning the midnight oil. Thank you guys again so much for your time and your love. And